Uh, of course, you see that you can't see nothing but the darkness, and that is intentional. I believe that it is unnecessary for you to be looking me upside my head. Uh, it is more constructive to listen to what I'm saying. Uh, Peace to the nigga nation. Um, at this point, I know that there is generally a 2 minute rule. I don't even know if nigga is considered a curse word in the eyes of the algorithm or algorithms. But peace to the nigga nation. Um, no one's gathered as yet, so I mean I can speak a little bit. Uh, I'm continually on this endeavor, this entrepreneurial endeavor, to somehow monetize my opinions and my thoughts and my analysis. Um, and also, well, people don't want to necessarily listen to somebody they don't know anything about. I mean, I'll share myself. And I mean, understanding that I, as a man, um, have made choices and decisions. I've made choices and decisions, and those choices and decisions in my past have either propelled me or they've hindered me. But nevertheless, uh, I believe we gotten far enough into this. I mean, this is pretty much an intro. I was checking to see if anybody was gonna come on, but let me get to the point because I'm gonna keep it brief as possible. You see the headline? It says Carlee Russell. Well, she was shamed by the people. There were, excuse me, several memes and jokes and statuses and things of that nature, commentary in regards to Miss Russell and her choices and her decisions. Um, she chose to fabricate a scenario. She staged a scenario in which she was kidnapped. She allegedly seen a baby on the side of the road. Blah blah blah. Everybody know that story up to this point. But today, and of course, over this course of time, this has been unfolding. They were wondering when was she going to come out and say something, and people have combed her social media profiles, and the rumors are abound of, and she lost her job, and I guess they say that she jeopardized her career, which is kind of ridiculous in the field of nursing, because if you know anything about nursing, nursing is a field that is kind of in dire need of people to work in it, but nevertheless, I guess you want to be considered. You want somebody to believe that you are of sound mind to be a nurse. But nevertheless, the story came out that Carlee Russell, by way of her attorney, has apologized for things that for what she did. And I'm going to read from the article in which she apologized, which it was announced that she was apologized. Well, this particular article says, what charges should Carlee Russell face? Because the the law enforcement knew. When you say a baby on the side of the interstate, it kind of like, man. But yeah, it was a baby on the side of the interstate, okay. So the police knew. So they were kind of like waiting. In my mind and from my understanding, and that we are in the present era of Big Brother, like it was forewarned in George Orwell's 1984. Well, I haven't read it, but that's what I heard what was in it. Big Brother is watching, blah blah blah. Big Brother was able to trace um, where she went, what she took when she went where she went, and up to the point, I guess, where she reappeared. So, of course, in the name, in the spirit of Jussie Smollett, she's going to be charged for something. Restitution. Filing false report, misuse of county or state resources. Some old bullshit like that. But I'm just guessing because I haven't read the article. to the point where they talk about the charges. I wanted to read the part of the article where they were talking about uh, the apology. Hoover police on Monday afternoon read a statement from Carlee Russell gave to her attorney admitting she was never abducted along the side of Interstate 459. There was no kidnapping on July the 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. Hey, somebody, if she did happen to share what she was doing, or she talked to somebody in between that time, she absolved them. She kicked them out. It's all me. It's all me, Carlee Russell. I done all this shit. So, okay, to continue. My client did not have any help in this incident. This was a single act done by herself. The statement by Emory Anthony, the statement Emory Anthony provided read. As with the press conference held by Hoover Police this past Wednesday, the reading of the statement raised many questions. Here is a look at what might come next in the case. No charges have yet been filed. Hoover Police Nick Durst has said they have a meeting scheduled with Anthony on Tuesday to further discuss the case. Durst has said police are in discussions with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office in the Bessemer cutoff about possible criminal charges. We will announce those charges when and if they are filed, the chief said. It is unclear whether charges will be filed or what those charges will be. There'll at least be some form of civil judgment passed along to this woman. Maybe she might be smart enough to say get some type of psychological profile. She has some mental snap of some sort. I don't know if they getting ahead, or people getting ahead of it or not. But let me continue. Under state law, one is guilty of the Class A misdemeanor of false reporting to law enforcement authorities if he or she unknowingly makes a false report or causes the transmission of a false report to law enforcement authorities of a crime. Under another section of the Alabama law, a person commits the crime of falsely reporting an incident if he or she initiates or circulates a false report or warning of an alleged occurrence. Falsely reporting an incident is also a Class A misdemeanor. Now, Miss Russell, from what I see here, I read commentary. She should go to prison. She's lying. She's not taking any accountability for what she's done. Blah blah blah. She knew that she got caught lying. I'm sure she was reading comments online. So now she appears to be, by way of her attorney, taking accountability, and I'm sure that she will be attending that meeting they have scheduled for later on today, because it is Tuesday. I think they said Tuesday. Let's see. Let me go back and make sure, so I can make sure. Tuesday. She got to be there today, to talk to them people. Class A misdemeanors are punishable by not more than 1 year in county jail or 1 year of labor in the county, according to state statutes. Anthony has not said where Russell spent the 48 plus hours she was gone. Anthony told Alabama.com that Russell told him that she was not at the Red Roof Inn, which had widely been reported on social media. So, online detectives, I guess sometimes online detectives get it right, but I did hear y'all saying that she was at the hotel chilling. I don't know whether she was at some type of hotel chilling or not. They said she got supplies. What could be construed as supplies from Target? Some crackers and blah blah blah. But y'all read that story. But let me continue. Durst has said he does not know why Russell fabricated the disappearance. I wish I could tell you, he said. I think only Carlee knows, and maybe her attorney knows now. Durst has said that he will ask Anthony for an opportunity to interview Russell. My client was not with anyone or at any hotel during the time she was missing. So, even though y'all said she was at the Red Roof, And they said the Red Roof Inn is for low budget hoes, and that's what I heard ever since I was like in my 20s, and I'm 50 something now. The Red Roof Inn is for low budget hoes. That's what another, but I guess she might be considered a hoe, but she damn. But let me not get distracted. But yes, they saying she wasn't in no hotel. She was at somebody residence, maybe her own residence. Who knows? I don't know. I imagine she wouldn't be at her own residence if they're doing an investigation. But how much did the search for Russell cost? Durst said it was all hands on deck, and the search began on July 13th. We don't have any dollar figure yet, but we're certainly working on getting one, and not only ours, but the other agencies that gave us a lot of support. This was an elaborate deal, Durst said. Where does Russell go from here? We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and intends to move, understanding that she made a mistake, Anthony said. Carlee asks for your forgiveness and your prayers. What those issues are and where she will move have yet been revealed. Okay, so Carlee Russell has now, according, there's been a few days of speculation, there's been criticism and commentary, and I can go back and I might read a couple of comments. Well, from one particular commenter, they kind of like raised my ire because these are the people that aspire to bring you so-called black media that they keep you. They're supposed to constructively inform you, or I guess for the most part, all niggas and looking for entertainment or sports. But that was on my lap. I discussed that. But yeah, so she's apologized. She took accountability. She admitted she made a mistake. The most she's going to be able to get is misdemeanors for both potential charges, if any charges at all are given. So let me read. Man, I got to read a couple of them, and I need to spare y'all the responses, but of course, he was saying this on a black woman's post, and I mean, it's like, well, okay, some black women and black females have a preconception about the mindset of black males, or black men. They'll even generalize men along with some of the things these black males say. So let me read this comment, and this man's last name is Black on Facebook. It's spelled BLAQ. That's fascinating, but. Just stop it. She did this because they found out her boyfriend was cheating on her with a stripper and then got kicked out of nursing school. She can be praised for it, but she needs to face charges and face jail time. There are many black women who go missing, and she wasted law enforcement time as well as their resources that could have been used to help a family that is truly in need. While everybody was focused on Carlee Russell, someone's daughter could be trafficked or died somewhere that they could have been rescued. It's simp crap like that why women in this country, especially black women from ghetto backgrounds, are hardly ever held accountable. Let a young man pull some stunt like that, especially a young black man, he would be facing charges. I'm not going to read what the lady said. And then he responded to the lady, no, she could be thrown to the wolves. Like, hell, I guess I got time. I'll read what the lady said to him. Miss Black, is still something wrong with her mentally to even come up with that. And nobody is against her being held accountable, but it would be nice not to throw her to the wolves. If she was non-black, her community would definitely not be throwing her to the wolves. She would get the help she needs. No, Black responds, no, she can be thrown to the wolves. Be thrown to the wolves and prayed for at the same time. She did this due to her breaking up with her cheating boyfriend. This was planned. Her parents are now going to face consequences. If that was my daughter, she is going to talk to the police and clear this up ASAP, because I'm not paying the price for her nonsense. Again, if a young man did this, would you be saying this and it would be open season on him? I don't want to hear no excuses. It was wrong and she made black people look bad. The lady responds, yes, I would be convinced you Negroes don't read my posts, but just because I disagree with some of the foolishness some black men post doesn't mean I blanket condemn all black men. So stop lying on me. I'm usually defending something and other black men tell me why I shouldn't. Black responds, we have had many discussions. You would probably not have accountability where it's due. That's why I'm typing what I'm typing. I just don't, and she responds, I just don't agree with you. Over everything, you emotionally, on everything. You emotionally overstate things. You never see me advocating for black men to be overly and unduly punished. You are happy to scroll through my posts either on your page or mine and show me where I've done that. I don't agree with y'all's relationship hypocrisy and chasing after non-black women, and that's all. But of course, commenting on those two things alone means I hate all black men. Of course it does. And she laughs emojis and sarcasm face and things like that. I don't emotionally overstate things. I'm telling the truth based on facts. That's something any black Americans don't like to hear. You want some to be soft on crimes like this, make excuses for it, blame on some nonsense like white people do it too. Post-traumatic slave disorder or some other stupid excuse. Carlee Russell needs to do time for this period. Advocate for people, man, this nigga, and I'm just saying here with it. From the beginning, I mean, I gave it the benefit. Her brother made when Carlee Russell brother made a video. I mean, I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I put dude up. I shared dude video on my platform. I got a platform on Facebook, almost 38,000. The Real Beauty of Black Relationships page on Facebook. I shared where he was talking about y'all. They act like they ain't want to find my sister. I'm looking for my sister. Blah blah blah. And then after it came out that she just walked up, and then people started going in on her. Then I shared another post from another platform saying, don't be so right, don't rush to judge Carlee, blah blah blah. And I mean, because I agree with that, ain't no telling what was going through Shorty young, Shorty imagine under 25, ain't no telling what kind of pressures or things. I mean, it's compassion. It's not saying don't hold this person accountable for what they've done or what they might have planned, or what advantage they try to take of a particular situation. She admits she made a mistake. She admits she lied. Today she's supposed to go speak with them law folk today. The most she gonna face is a year in jail, and if she ain't got, she's a good old, she was went to college in one of those fancy black organizations and things like that. And I would imagine, I would sincerely hope that some members of her organization would come down there and join her in her defense, when she's facing those charges. But I don't know. I guess that remains to be seen. It kind of. That's another topic altogether about black organizations, the sisterhoods and brotherhoods that are that are historically black organizations. Carlee Russell says she's sorry. I don't know. I guess she said I don't know what else y'all expect me to do. If they give her a charge, she ain't going to jail no more than a year. And if she ain't really got charged of shit before in her life, they ain't gonna do nothing but give her probation. So I guess whatever type of displaced angst or what type of personal gratification you might have thought you would expect to receive from seeing Carlee Russell punished by the what we call them, the white supremacists. Whatever type of glee, splendid emotional feels you might have thought you would experience, they'll be somewhat underwhelming, I would imagine.